Well guys, check it out. The weather cleared up. I decided it was time to get back to this trailer project because I have to dry it in a little more. Water can still get in. The sidewall is all torn open in there. So I was looking at this over the last few days, giving it some thought, and I think I have a plan. I don't know if I'll be able to do it today. So here's the plan. I just spent some time pounding on the sheet metal that came off this building. It was crushed and I thought it was destroyed. But with some persistence, I was able to straighten it out. It looks pretty flat. It's never going to be perfect. It's ripply, but it's flat. So I'm going to try to replace it on the trailer. We don't have to buy anything new. So how do I get this trailer sheet metal to stay on our studs? Well, the problem is the studs are set back from the trailer framing, which we cut out. So there's about 1 1/8 inch, give or take, gap from this wood to the outside of the trailer where the rest of the metal is sitting. So what we have to do is build out these studs 1 1/8 inch so that it's in the same plane as this, which is on the trailer metal. If we build those out, fur them out with some extra wood, we should be able to just screw the metal right onto it just the way it was before. This is all in theory. We're going to try it. So I'm going to pull out the table saw, get some pieces of wood ripped. We'll just screw them right to the face. And it's going to be the most economical solution that I can find. And it's all about just getting something on here to keep most of the water out. Recently, we had a comment that somebody wanted a short Q&A session, so I thought, let's do it. And I went to YouTube to see what you guys wanted to know about us, because YouTube, they track popular searches, and if you start typing in a name or something on their platform, they'll give you suggestions based on what other people have searched, what kind of searches are popular. Now, when I typed in our name, different, we got an interesting list that popped up to show us what you guys want to know. We're going to address these. This is it. So first thing come up, you type in different, you see different. The next one, different, Doug and Ashley. And I think that brings up kind of an interesting topic because a lot of people hear me calling you Evie now.
Yeah.
And they say, hey, I thought that was Ashley. I mean, hey, that's pretty much the top search is Doug and Ashley.
Yeah.
For years, you guys knew us as Doug and Ashley. We decided, and you decided.
I've never liked my name, so I was thinking, why don't I just pick a different name?
We actually did a video explaining this name change on our second channel, but we decided to discontinue that, so that video doesn't exist anymore. Maybe someday we'll do a new video telling the whole story behind that. But basically, I'm just calling Ashley Evie because she wants a new name and that's her new name.
Mm-hmm.
Different YouTube, that's pretty common. Just looking for us on YouTube.
I don't know why people would be typing in YouTube when you're already on YouTube.
Now, different out in the country is one that a lot of you guys might not understand. You'd say, that's weird. Why would somebody search for that? Out in the country is our old channel name, and a lot of people knew us by OITC or out in the country. You know, what happened was our name started getting too used. There was actually other channels starting to use that same channel name,
yep,
copying us, and it just got annoying and we just didn't like it, and I don't know, we were not really even following the same path that our channel was, so we decided to come up with a new name. So that's why people search for out in the country. That was our old name. Different living came up. Different living makes sense because Living Different was our second channel that we started. A lot of you guys never saw it. It was just side projects. The reason we stopped that is because it didn't make sense. I wanted a second channel to separate things from our main channel, but it didn't work. Every single thing that we posted on our second channel, people just brought over to our main channel and talked about in the comments and asked questions in the comments.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people didn't even realize they were watching a second channel. It would just be like popping up on YouTube. Mm-hmm. So they didn't realize it was a second channel. And it was so blending that it just didn't make sense to separate them. And so I just said, we'll just get rid of it. It's not working out. Because there were some things that we wanted separate. But if it's not going to be separate, then it doesn't work. So that's why we stopped that. Different 1984 mobile home. That's what we're standing in, our 1984 mobile home property. We are renovating it because it's our investment property and we're gonna fix this up and hang on to it for special use, or
not a rental though.
We're not renting it, or we could just sell it. We might end up selling it. We just see how it comes. Not Airbnb either. I thought it was interesting. The next one on the list was Doug. It was different. Doug and Ashley religion. You guys want to know our religion. And that's weird because if you type in other channel names, that doesn't come up. So maybe because we're a little bit odd. Mm-hmm. We get questions
people like, always think you're Amish.
Yeah, not
Amish.
That's
or Mennonite.
Yeah.
No, we've never been Amish or Mennonite, just to say that.
Yeah, it's probably the beard. They say, what religion? No, we are considered Christians, but not traditional Christians. I would call myself a pre-traditional Christian, which is a term I made up. But basically, I try to follow the Bible, but not the traditions. I don't know how to explain this. Basically,
the man-made traditions.
Basically, most religions, most Christian faiths today, all mainstream Christian faiths are based on tradition and a lot of things that aren't really truly biblical, and we just try to keep it simple. So simple Christians, primitive Christians. We don't believe in a Trinity, but we do have faith in Christ as the Savior, and we do believe in God as the Father and Creator. I think that defines it.
The next one says different. Doug and Ashley last name. That's weird.
You guys want to know our last name? Actually, a lot of people probably do know our last name, but it's not like widely known, and we're not going to say it.
Yeah.
Because it's just, I'll say that we have a famous last name. Okay? But I don't want to say it just because, a little sense of privacy. I know some of you guys, you know us, just keep it private just for the little bit of privacy that we can ask for, Different life, that's probably just us, our second channel, Living Different, trying to remember what it was called. And, this next one, should we even say it?
I didn't even know that was one of them until I just read it and I'm like eye rolling.
Different kitchen. That is the hot topic of this channel. People bring it up.
Almost on every video, all the time, almost every day.
But that was from a year ago.
Probably over a year ago.
Like about a year ago or so, we started working on our kitchen back at home, and we moved on. Didn't really show any updates on it, and now it's a constant question.
Like, there's nothing to show on it.
Well, here's the story. Kitchen. You guys want to see the kitchen. Clearly you want to see the kitchen. But I don't want to disappoint you, but we don't really have plans on showing our kitchen back at home. A couple of reasons. First, because there's just not much to see right now. It's kind of in a stage of half finished. We have a temporary kitchen set up a little bit. It's not fully finished. We did finish our sink. Installed it. It looks beautiful. It's got the doors on it, put handles on it. I never did the drawers because I was kind of hesitant and not sure how to finish them out, and they were in rough shape, and I just put it aside. So the kitchen sink doesn't have drawers. Still,
so that's not completed yet.
Yeah. Just little odd things, but mostly I don't want to show it because we've had people just be so weird about the kitchen that it's awkward, and we use it. It's a working kitchen. Okay, the fact of the matter is you guys will judge us and you guys will criticize us and you'll say you should have put your sink under the window and the kitchen's too dark and you should have done this, you should have done that, and the video won't get good views. We'll just get a lot of criticism.
Yeah.
So that's why we don't show it, because it's just, you're going to see our food, because we have an open pantry. Like, we don't have doors on the pantry yet. You guys saw us build a pantry. And you're just going to see all the food that we eat, and it's nothing weird. We eat all organic and good food, but it's just, again, sense of privacy. We're living in the home. It's a working kitchen. We cook our meals in it.
A lot of times when we do show food, which is rare, we always get criticism on it.
Yeah. So we thought, we won't show the kitchen, but you guys will be able to see the kitchen in this house, and maybe if we ever do a home tour, you'll see the kitchen. But as far as like,
right now, no, not yet. Nothing to show.
Nothing worth showing. Yeah.
And living different.
That was our second channel. The second channel is still there, but all the videos are private, so you guys can't see them. I might hold on to the videos and either upload them later onto this channel, or maybe re-edit them, or tell a new story. I don't know, but it was just odd stuff, little side projects, things that we were doing in our personal life. Really, I wanted that channel to be about more like how we live, you know, talk about the food, talk about the clothes, talk about things that matter to us, talk about
our shoes,
fluoride in the water. That's a big thing that annoys us. But, you know, just odd things that don't fit into like DIY projects, just the personal life stuff.
Yeah.
But it just
didn't work out.
Didn't work out because, yeah, it was too hard to separate it from this channel. And anything we say over there is essentially saying it here.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know, just weird. So, that's it. All right, we got those ripped. So we're just gonna cut these down the length and get them screwed in. There's not gonna be too much to show here, but we have to get this done. I just finished furring these all out. It looks really good. I also did along the top rail here so the metal won't be floppy. So if my plan works, I should be able to screw the metal right back up. Then all we have to do is worry about that fascia, and we should have a pretty dry building.
Are you gonna unscrew this bottom trim?
I'll hit that later. That's not gonna interfere with putting this up.
I won't. Isn't it?
Positive progress. I put a couple of pieces of flashing tape on the edge of this one because it has some rips and I don't want drips. So let's get the next one up. Hold the side. Hold it there. Okay, wait. Okay, that's good, look off. We need to get the screws ready. This one we're going to screw in with the white screws. Get those in. We're figuring it out. This isn't going to be perfect, but it'll be.
That meat yesterday was phenomenal.
Yeah. I just want to try to smooth some of this out. Okay, ready? Well, I don't know about you guys, but I'm happy with that. We have the side of the trailer closed back up. I hope it looks better on camera than it does in person because the metal does look pretty beat up. I wish I showed you guys flattening this because it had some pretty heavy creases in it. And I just took my big heavy hammer, this one right here, and I just kept pounding it out on the ground, working the metal, and flattened it all back out. Remember, this was like crushed. A big swoop, big dirty, nasty swoop. Considering what it was, I'm happy with what it is. Also, off camera, I went around and I secured the metal framing to the wood framing. So what I did was I went around at the top plate and I drilled holes in the metal framing and just screwed it into the wood. So the walls are locked together and it's a lot stronger, a lot stiffer, and honestly looking really good in here. It's kind of warm in here now. We're done working on this for today. Guys, we just spent the last, I don't know, hour on the roof filling all of the holes. You guys know that we salvaged some metal roofing and used it up there. It had some holes in it from the previous install, so went through with my JB Weld, epoxy sealed all the holes all over the roof. So Evie went through with a cleaner, cleaning all around them, and I came through behind her with the epoxy. We got it done. I'm so happy about this. So the roof is sealed. The siding is on. I even fixed this side. It had a bubble where the siding was popping out, and I unscrewed it, refixed it. Fixed the other side. You guys saw me do that. And now the last thing we have to do is finish up all the fascia, all the eaves. That's so important because this roof is extremely flat. I was even hesitant to do it this way, but I wanted to because I'm trying to make this as cheap as possible, as simple as possible. So we went with the simplest roof we could, which is a simple bow roof instead of a peaked roof. The problem is it's so shallow that when it rains, the water is going to drip under the roof. It's going to roll back because of the water tension, and it's going to get that wood wet. So we have to do something about it, and I do have a plan for that. And I think it'll be fine. We hope it'll be fine. I should have done the peaked roof, right?
No.
Next time. Maybe not next time, but sometime. When we get to it, we're going to do that. I'm just going to fascia it. I'm going to seal it with siding sealant all along the roof. And I was even thinking about making a little drip edge on the roof. At first I was going to fold the very edge of the roof down to make a drip edge. That's a lot of folding with a metal crimper. Then I was thinking maybe I could just put a little bead of sealant on the edge of the roof so that when water rolls under, it hits that bead and it wants to drip off instead of rolling back. I'll experiment, we'll get there, but we now are closer and actually probably could use it for dry storage. We can put our tools away, I can put my saw away. It's gonna be so nice. And one more job done, so, wow, almost done. Thanks for watching, and until next time, take care.